Economex Throat Care, a liquid center with powerful menthol for our fastest throat relief.
High Point University, the premier life skills university, is ranked the #1 best-run college in America by the Princeton Review. Employers value HPU's real-world preparation. Students love unprecedented access. Local leaders on High Point's inspiring campus. And parents appreciate HPU's God, family, and country values. Choose to be extraordinary at High Point University.
For over 25 years, Lovesac has been on the right of the world of comfort. It's okay to change your style. Get messy. Get immersed. With Lovesac, you make the rules. Central California, October 17th, 1989. A massive 6.9 magnitude earthquake strikes the region, causing $6 billion worth of damage.
Because all I do is win, no matter what.
Its epicenter is Loma Prieta Peak in the Santa Cruz Mountains, directly on the 37th parallel. And in fact, earthquakes are what first drew researcher Chuck Zukowski's attention to the 37th parallel in 2011. One in Colorado and one in Virginia that occurred just 12 hours apart.
One of the most important aspects of the 37th parallel is the fact that it corresponds with a historical earthquake zone that runs all the way from California in the west to Virginia in the east. And you could overlay that geological map with UFO incidents and cattle mutilations along the same line. All of these could be the product of this very intense geology associated with the 37th parallel. It is not solely, of course, in the United States. It embraces the entire world.
In some of these locations, there are a lot of deposits of granite and quartz that are piezoelectric. Quartz crystals have a distribution of negative charges on one side and positive charges on the other. If you squeeze that, and you can actually get an electrical current flow through that. This is called the piezoelectric effect, and it occurs sometimes when tectonic plate shift or earthquake happen. When you have earthquake activity, you can create huge electromagnetic fields from that. And there's other phenomena occurring while this is going on.
Perhaps ETs can look at a site and see what is invisible to us and manipulate whatever energy or resources are located in that hotspot. What they could be doing along the UFO superhighways, accessing resources that we can't even comprehend at this moment.
There's been quite a lot of earthquake activity along the 37th parallel. And there's a related theory that if this is actually extraterrestrial UFO superhighway, that they would be able to use those Earth energies as a sort of power source.
Could the seismic activity that occurs along the 37th parallel produce a piezoelectric effect that otherworldly visitors are able to utilize? Some researchers suggest the energy generated on this line may even facilitate the opening of portals through space and time, and point to ancient spiral petroglyphs found at Skinwalker Ranch, just north of the 37th parallel. According to the local youth and Navajo tribes, this art illustrates their oral traditions of gateways that link them to other realities.
Where Skinwalker Ranch is, there are these spiral symbols that were carved into the rock and are a symbol of migration. And we've just taken a modern interpretation of that migration symbol and said, what if it's indicating a portal into another dimension? In Navajo culture, there is what they call a emergence story. They say that they came through what they described as a hole in the sky. So these dimensional gates appear in our traditional history. It's supported by other Indian tribes that have similar stories coming to this land.
Is it possible that the geology of the Earth along the 37th parallel creates some kind of exotic energy that can open gateways to other points in the universe, and also act as a source of power for extraterrestrial vehicles? According to some researchers, whatever the truth may be, one thing is clear. The existence of a UFO superhighway is well known to the United States government.
Coming up, there were multiple witnesses. These objects were appearing on radar. We had UFOs hovering over the nation's capital.
There was a series of sightings that got the U.S. government very concerned.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
It's pronounced Liberty. 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 No, she isn't mocking me. Very mature.
Hey, that's enough, you two.
Just don't want acting like a total baby.
She's two.
Only pay for what you need.
Here's to getting better with age.
Cheers to beating these two every Thursday.
Help fuel today with Boost-Type Protein. The nutrition you need and the flavor you love. So here's to Nap. Now available at Boost Max.
NetCredit is here to say yes. When other lenders won't. Apply online in minutes and get funds deposited the next business day or sooner. NetCredit. Credit to the people.
Wanna warm up? This sure helps. Classic bacon, proven Swiss. Vegan milk season is tasty bliss. BK, having your way.
Yoo-hoo! You're making everything better.
We're showing where consumer cellular gets great coverage. I mean, it's the same tower as big wireless, so you get the same coverage.
For unlimited talk and text with reliable coverage and your second month free, call Consumer Cellular.
Ready for a new adventure? Discover what's possible with Spectrum Mobile. As a Spectrum Internet customer, you get one line of unlimited Spectrum Mobile included for 1 year. Stay connected across every step of your journey with nationwide 5G and reliable coast-to-coast service. Plus, explore even more places with free data roaming in over 180 countries. Spectrum Mobile is the nation's fastest growing mobile provider, connecting millions across the country wherever life takes them. From the mountains to the desert, to all those unexpected places in between. And with Spectrum Wi-Fi access points available nationwide, you can search, share, and stream while using less data every month. Ready to explore new possibilities? Don't just dream about it. Make it happen. As a Spectrum Internet customer, you get one line of unlimited mobile included for 1 year. Additional lines, just $30 each. Click, call, or visit a Spectrum store today.
There's one law firm that effectively handles the most serious personal injury cases. The Porter Law Firm. Securing over $500 million in compensation for the individuals and families they represent. While providing their clients with the answers and justice they deserve. The Porter Law Firm. You only get one chance to hire the right law firm. The Porter Law Group. Don't settle for less.
Want to understand who we've been and who we are, it begins with an honest conversation.
Thomas Jefferson documentary event premieres Monday at 8, kicking off History Honors 250, only on the History Channel.
Washington, D.C., the United States capital, just north of the 37th parallel. And on Saturday, July 19th, 1952, it was the site of a major UFO event. At 11:40 p.m., air traffic controllers at Washington National Airport and Andrews Air Force Base detected 7 unidentified flying objects on their radar screens.
There were multiple witnesses to UFO sightings over Washington, D.C.
At the time this was happening, we had UFOs hovering over the U.S. Capitol.
This is David Brinkley in the radar room at Washington National Airport. On these radar screens last Saturday, they saw something strange and unusual and at the moment unexplainable. It was not an airplane, it was not a cloud, nobody knows what it was.
The UFO sightings caused a sensation, and incredibly, more unidentified objects were detected again the following weekend. This time, fighter jets were scrambled to intercept the UFOs, but as they closed in, the objects reportedly vanished.
There was a series of sightings of these objects over the Capitol in Washington, D.C. for 2 weekends in a row. There were some really very difficult reports that got the U.S. government very concerned.
Although many have tried to say that these were possibly weather phenomena that were being seen on radar, air traffic controllers there in Washington were also seeing lights where these objects were appearing on radar.
It was at this point in history, the dawn of the Cold War, that President Harry Truman established a policy of government secrecy that has come to be known as the national security state. But could it be that the U.S. government learned about an extraterrestrial presence on Earth around this very same time? Some UFO researchers believe the government is aware not only of alien visitation, but also the significance of the 37th parallel, and have intentionally built important facilities along that line of latitude. Some of the nation's most strategic government and military installations are located near the so-called UFO superhighway, including Fort Knox, which protects the National Gold Reserve, Nellis Air Force Base, a center for advanced combat training, and Cheyenne Mountain, an underground facility that is home to both the Space Force and the North American Aerospace Defense Command, or NORAD.
Cheyenne Mountain. This is the head of NORAD. It's hollowed out. There's a city inside. There's elevators and cars and trains and banks of computers, and people are living there.
Perhaps the most mysterious military facility along the 37th parallel is an Air Force base in the Nevada desert called Area 51. It has long been rumored that crashed alien craft retrieved from Roswell and other locations are stored and studied at this highly secure installation.
Area 51 is a secretive Air Force installation near Groom Lake, Nevada, which has been shrouded in mystery for decades. It wasn't until 2013 when the CIA finally revealed documentation that acknowledged the existence of Area 51.
It's been the place of the birth of the U-2 spy plane, the B-2 stealth bomber. But we also have many stories that UFOs have been seen coming in and out of the base. We've had stories that UFOs were reverse engineered at Area 51 as well.
The military remained tight-lipped on all the presumed UFO and extraterrestrial activity that happens in or around Area 51. But UFOs and UAPs have been seen around that area, not just from eyewitnesses on the ground, but also from commercial airplanes.
Oh my god.
And if so, does this serve as further evidence that something unusual is going on along the so-called UFO superhighway? Perhaps it will prove to be found by following this line of sight beyond the United States to mysterious sites that are
durmayın mı? Please. No.
With neurologic adverse reactions, including seizures, use with caution. Go with Simparica Trio. There it is. I'll show you the
Get more of what you crave with Marco and more minutes. Try with your more variety, more flavor, more Marco.
We are living with atheists, and over 500,000 of us have left blood thinners behind. For life. We cut our stroke risk and said goodbye to our bleeding worries with the Watchman implant. Watchman. It's one time for a lifetime. Once I feel safe. Well, you still do.
Now that I'm out of debt, I have had a massive weight removed from my shoulders. I get to spend a lot more time riding my motorcycle, things that I just wasn't financially free to do before.
Whether it's credit cards, medical, or personal loan debt, National Debt Relief can help you to become debt-free.
With National Debt Relief, we have a powerful team that knows how to talk to your creditors. You can get out of debt, and I'm free.
Call or visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started. Stuff ain't that old forever. Don't be. Switch to Verizon, and for a limited time only, we'll pay off your phone up to $800, and you'll get iPhone 16 with Apple Intelligence on us on any plan. Now with Genmoji. Only on Verizon.
UFO researchers continue to document unexplained sightings and animal mutilations along 37 parallel all across the United States. And they've also noted significant happenings on this line of latitude in other parts of the world.
If we follow it, for instance, into the Eurasian continent, we find that the 37th parallel also corresponds to some incredibly important and very mysterious places. For instance, in Turkey, it runs through the city of Libya, which was the central focus of major earthquakes in 2023. And these earthquakes were preceded by the appearance of UFOs in the same vicinity. The others on the same parallel are able to be built by the ancient sites of Göbekli Tepe and Karahan Tepe.
Archaeologists studying the in Karahan Tepe have determined they date back at least 12,000 years. To a time when humans were thought to be simple hunter-gatherers, incapable of such sophisticated construction. It's very strong to explain how and why these sites were held. Ancient astronaut theorists suggest their mere existence, along with their astronomical alignments and carvings of strange human figures, reveal an spiritual
What's so interesting is that with Göbekli Tepe and Karahan Tepe, you have these concentric circles. I wonder if we perhaps have a star map in that region. Because worldwide, we have star maps that were rendered in stars. In my opinion, this was a star map
where this is supposed to come from. People should care more about what is being seen along the 37 parallel line. It's important to know what's going on out there in our universe. And I was surprised at how little attention the reports from Congress and the hearings have gotten. This is important. This is a life-changing, this is history-changing. Things are going on that we had no idea about. So if you know an area that's very, very active, that's where we should begin the search, where we should begin to try and solve the mystery. I believe the 37-degree parallel line is the road to finding the answers to our questions.
Why is this parallel so important and so significant throughout humanity's history? Is it that there is some sort of deal that like wireless transmission power, like cooling, or consciousness teleportation? Is the 37 parallel a UFO superhighway? If the mystery is ever solved, what will we find? Underground alien bases? Areas of massive energy outputs? Portals through space and time? Perhaps. And we will learn the key to reunite with our alien ancestors. For more than 4 decades, award-winning journalist Linda Moulton Howe has reported on the most mysterious phenomena on Earth, from bizarre animal deaths. She began to uncover connections between UFOs and alien life. The cross-formation. Many of what the idea of cross-surfing into research. Although world renowned, identified as ultimate authorities on extraterrestrials and alien abductions. Linda realized that the crossing also happened thousands of years ago. The groundbreaking work of Linda Moulton Howe provides the ultimate evidence of an extraterrestrial presence on Earth.
That there is any bottom line to this life of mine, always going for the truth. A film so big, we are not alone in this.
There is a doorway in the universe. Beyond it is the promise of truth. Each day we question everything we have ever been taught. The evidence is all around us. The future is right before our eyes. We are not alone. We have never Los Angeles, California, February 10th, 2024.
Come on.
Investigative journalist, author, and filmmaker Linda Moulton Howe speaks before a packed room at the annual Conscious Life Expo.
I'm one of the few voices that kept trying to understand about something that is difficult and complex.
William Moulton Howe is one of the most important figures in modern journalism because she brought the science
Oh no.
and the evidence of my strangeness into the mainstream.
But I have interviewed at least 1,600 people in the human abduction field over the last 4 years. For the first time, everyday people alien abductions, cattle mutilations, and prosecutors. What Linda Moulton Howe said is that people who were Linda is a hugely influential and important figure in the UFO community. Arguably, though, she's not what you would call a ufologist. Linda was and is an investigative journalist. She has a credential past which includes a Peabody, a couple of regional Emmys.
Linda came up through the School of Hard Knocks, where most of this business was oriented to men. Linda's work is ethical, award-winning, and her ability as a person, as a broadcaster, is second to none.
For more than 4 decades,
If I'm getting any closer to your face.
every aspect of high strangeness. Using skills she first honed as a reporter in Los Angeles.
From 1966 to 1968, I was at Stanford University getting a master's degree in communication. And I went to work in the hard news at KNBC in Los Angeles. My goal was to focus on science, medicine, and the environment. This is who I am. I've always been very left-brained. Everything I did was hard science.
Linda's career was marked by multiple awards and recognition. But after a decade working in television news, her career would take a sharp turn. Logan County, Colorado, September 1979. Linda Moulton Howe, now director of special projects at KMGH-TV, the local CBS station in Denver, conducts an off-the-record interview with Sheriff Hank Graves. For years, Sheriff Graves has been investigating a series of bizarre, unexplained animal mutilations.
He laid out something like 166 Polaroids that he had taken himself as sheriff. He started going through and showing me here the taken ear, eye, tongue, jaw, genitals, rectum. Here the animal was alive long enough to bury its head in the dirt while these excisions were taken. Sheriff, what do you think we're dealing with here? And he said, Linda, the perpetrators of these reckless, trackless animal mutilations are instantly, my entire body felt like it had been hit with an electric charge. That was the turning point in my entire career. From that moment on forward, I wanted to understand how this was possible.
Shortly after her initial interview with Sheriff Graves, Linda and her crew began work on a documentary about cattle mutilations. For the next month, Linda conducted interviews with local ranchers, law enforcement officials, journalists, and independent investigators. The more she learned, the more she became convinced the phenomenon has an otherworldly origin.
In those 30 days, there was a transmutation as I always say, because everywhere we went, I now confirmed with dozens and dozens of witnesses. This guy is not a rock that has the ability to levitate and up to something and point it in a quick flash. There they have found a mutilated animal. No blood, no tracks around meat body. And I suddenly remember a feeling of joy, warmth, to continue going into what is happening.
It's not easy to witness joy in the book from someone emphasizing ideas to then suddenly go to UFOs and dominating information. It's something that some people would regard as career work.
I felt like I had no choice but to try to get to what is behind what I believe is happening worldwide.
But while it is astounding that the topic was both compelling and important, there is also way that during this documentary marked the biggest risk she had ever taken in her career.
Colorado exploring this mystery. I think that the day before the broadcast was about the most worried that I've ever been. I knew that what I was reporting was absolutely true, but I was nervous, and I think I was scared. Most everyone in the western United States heard about cattle mutilations in 1975.
On May 25th, 1980, KMGH-TV Denver premieres Linda Moulton House documentary, A Strange Harvest.
Now, this looks kind of dry, but if you'll recall when we first spotted this, it doesn't seem like if you taken a pair of scissors and cut out a round piece of paper, you know, like you might do, a kid might do in school.
The broadcast lost a record-breaking audience of nearly 250,000 viewers. Almost immediately, calls began pouring into the station.
It was like an explosion. The switchboards for an entire week, they were just constantly apologizing. Linda, we cannot keep up with the phone. And then the mail. I think in that first week, there was something like over 400 letters.
During the course of her reporting, Linda became convinced that the forces behind the cattle mutilations were not of this world. But her next investigation would involve the mysterious dealings of the United States government.
I had a man pull a gun on me, but it didn't stop me. It made me more curious. I feared for my mother. I remember there were vans sometimes sitting outside of our house.
Sometimes it takes a different approach to see the possibilities all around you. With compelling diversity flex format, you can earn a degree on your schedule and get the support you need to pursue your goals. A different future is closer than you think. University.
Honey Kellogg's combine crunchy oat clusters with a touch of honey, plus juicy raisins, and tasty vitamins into one delicious cereal. It's just a lot of brand stronger.
Change your mind. It's simple. Anything else I can help you with?
Like what?
Vision works. See the difference.
I was out on delivery, but I came across a snake, a rattler.
FedEx presents Total Chaos Delivery.
There we were. Version reptile. That animal was legendary. Wait, you don't want a pet snake, do you? Maybe now. My friends will believe it.
If this is what we did for one day.
No more pussy. Come on.
Active period of war, I absolutely went into it with the idea that I could die. Both my legs were amputated due to an IED that I sustained while I was deployed in Iraq. I absolutely felt like I lost my purpose.
Disabled American veterans is a lifesaver for our veterans. I'm asking you to join me and other patriotic Americans and donate only $19 a month, just 63 cents a day. You'll help them get the financial and medical benefits they need and receive the care and emotional support they need. When you pledge, go online right now with your pledge of just $19 a month. We'll send you this DoD grant. And the way you can share it is right there in front of you. Thank you. And God bless you.
Please, someone get it.
Linda Moulton Howe meets with executives at HBO to pitch a new
Please,
documentary.
you guys me.
I
Stop it.
have a whole new project. It's completely different. There's this great story of a UFO landing at Ellsworth Air Force Base in North Dakota. Written a script as an example of what I thought you could do, and I called it UFOs, the ET Factor. And Jean Avenator was head of documentary, and she ran the script, and I signed the contract that afternoon. And that night, Peter Gerson, the attorney who said this is against UFO secrecy, called me and said, I want to talk about something to see if you could incorporate it in your script.
Peter Gerson told Linda about an intelligence officer named Jody was a special agent for the Air Force Office of Special Investigations at Kirtland Air Force Base in New Mexico. And according to Gerson, he had classified information about a UFO encounter that he was willing to share with Linda.
In 1983, Doty met with Linda over at Kirtland Air Force Base. This was an arranged meeting. This is when Linda's like doing her deep dive into the cover-up and the reality of the UFO phenomenon.
He said, my superiors have asked me to show this to you. And he simultaneously opens a drawer, pulls out a manila envelope, and he takes out, I think it was about 12 pages typed. And I still can feel the strangeness as I'm now looking at all caps, briefing paper for the President of the United States of America on the subject of unidentified aerial craft. I cannot believe it. I remember it was just like that. It's talking about how our government has been investigating UFOs and ETs for decades. It's all real. I was so agitated that, my God, what is happening here? Why is he showing me such a document?
According to Linda, Doty also promised her access to material that could be used in her upcoming documentary.
Doty said, we have film that you would be able to use, and gave me names of two people who would call me about a film from a real UFO, and that they were going to allow me to put this in the documentary.
But when Linda met with executives at the network to update them on the latest developments, they abruptly canceled her documentary about UFOs. Determined to continue with the project, Linda successfully pitched her special to producers at CNN. But once again, just as the documentary was set to proceed, it was dropped due to internal pressure.
So I'm blocked through HBO. I'm blocked at CNN. What in the hell is going on here?
Finally, when the UFO footage promised to her by Richard Doty never materialized. Linda came to suspect her project had been shut down by forces within the government.
I've been told this is how the CIA, NSA, DIA have been working on UFO material since World War II. They did not want anyone showing anything on television about animal mutilations, human abductions, extraterrestrials, none of it. But it didn't stop me. It made me more curious.
Is it possible that forces within the government were responsible for canceling Linda's documentary projects? According to Linda's daughter, it was right around this time that both she and her mother started to suspect that they were under surveillance.
I remember there were vans sometimes sitting outside of my house. And I would say, oh, these gas trucks outside there. She's like, what's on your gas truck? And I'm very familiar. And then the van took off. But it was kind of scary. And our son always kind of said, I had a man from Douglas. And that was in North Carolina. I never came. Came up. And he pulled the chair out. And took that. I pulled that out. And it was so surreal. It was so weird that I don't think I even felt afraid. He says, you can't keep doing what you're doing. And we got up. He left me sitting there thinking, I have every right in the universe to keep doing the investigations I'm doing.
In the end, our canceled documentary, Linda became convinced that there are people within the government who do not want her investigating animal mutilations or anything else that may have an extraterrestrial connection. She also learned to be on the lookout for disinformation, which she would encounter again as she began investigating another mysterious phenomenon. September 18th, 1989. In a feature article, Time magazine explores the mysterious crop circle phenomenon that has been prominent across Great Britain since the 1970s. Media scrutiny of this subject intensified, exposing similar occurrences across the globe.
I remember seeing the very first that was being distributed in the New York Times and others with question marks. What is there somebody tramping on the earth doing this as a hoax? What is happening?
On September 9, 1991, retiree gun gunner Dave Chorley of Southampton, England, claimed responsibility for the entire crop circle phenomenon. And for much of the general public, the mystery was solved. But Linda found this explanation highly unlikely, since these formations have been documented in at least 23 countries.
And they weren't going around the world with all these fancy countries. I knew something is happening I do not understand. But I want to understand.
Once again, Linda Moulton-Howe set out to investigate a mystery that most other journalists wouldn't touch. And she uncovered what some scientists consider to be undeniable evidence of an extraterrestrial connection.
Coming up, Linda has spoken to witnesses who have seen strange balls of light.
Suddenly, the crop circle phenomenon took on an elevated perspective in the mysteries community.
These words could change the direction of society. This is a culmination of everything.
If we want to understand who we are, it begins with an honest conversation about
Thomas Jefferson, documentary event premieres Monday at 8. We love history owners to detail the History Channel. In the storm, the line between myth and reality is razor thin.
Hi, I'm John.
Generations who were all the same nightmare.
Chicago Blackhawks. Retired of the Chicago Blackhawks. Matt Bowler with the Minnesota Wild. March Stone, Vegas Golden Knights.
We gotta find
region.
No one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be. Keytruda is known to treat cancer. FDA approved for 18 cancers, including certain stage 4 advanced cancer. One of those cancers is a kind of bladder and urinary tract cancer called advanced urothelial cancer. Keytruda may be used with the medicine and put to resistance in adults when your bladder or urinary tract cancer has spread and cannot be removed by surgery.
Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This could be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, seizures, persistent or severe muscle cramps, fever, rash, itching, depression, or any other side effects. Tell your doctor about common risk conditions, including immune and immune supplements, such as flu, hepatitis, lupus, immune fluid or immune worsening, and vitamin tissue or stem cell transplant, or receive chest radiation. Keytruda can be used as travel to the location with the highest authority hospitals in the world to investigate the phenomenon of Squid. Nerds are called no kill. We find this out that a third of the signal information is the strike of fear communicated.
Ready to step into the true time. And that is the first time that I saw layers, all of these different angles that were coming up from all of these layers over this large, huge pattern. And I was feeling very comfort that was there.
That pictures like Doug Bowers and Dave Kay were definitely not to and check it out to learn more about the phenomenon. Linda, she seems to view all the farmers were significantly longer than the plant nodes outside the formation.
Oh boy.
At the University of Michigan, for laboratory analysis.
whatever they can.